What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about taking a step back, how I have and how it's helped me with my business, my personal life, my relationships, and all around everything. Coming up. Welcome back, guys. My name is Randy from Beard Booze, the channel and brand for regular dudes. Speaking of which, I know a lot of you guys asked. I printed up a few of these, threw them up on the website. If you guys want them, they're on there. But this is happy hour where I drink a beer. You're welcome to join me. Pull your beer out, your lemonade, smoke a stogie, whatever you want to do. And we discuss some thoughtful topics, business, beards, life, whatever the case may be. And today I'm talking about taking a step back and how it's helped me with my business relationships, personal relationships, all around life by just pulling myself away and allowing myself to analyze things from kind of an external point of view. And starting off with it, I'd say 6 months ago, maybe 7 months now, going on 7 months, I was all in everything Beard Booze. You know, I lived, died, woke up. From the time I woke up to the time I went to bed, it was Beard Booze, Beard Booze, Beard Booze. And it got to the point where it was really stressing me out. You know, I would analyze the numbers every single day, you know, likes, page views, website visits, purchases, how many sales, revenue, profit, all this stuff. And I was just over analyzing everything, and it was really getting to me. You know, I thought we should be in a place that we weren't getting to fast enough. And I think part of the issue was I was comparing myself to other companies and other people's perceived value, you know, what they put out there. You know, of course, everyone wants to make it seem like they're killing it and crushing the game, which isn't always the case. But I was comparing myself. You know, I fell into that trap that we always talk about, comparing yourself to others, and I was doing that with my business. And I was really starting to resent Beard Booze, and even worse, resenting the people, you know, not so much the customers, but, you know, my peers and reviewers and different things like that inside the industry. You know, I always love my customers and appreciate my customers, of course. But, you know, the people I would work with on a day-to-day basis, my peers, I was starting to resent them, and I didn't like that. You know, that's not the type of person I am. I'm not hateful, I'm not resentful. So I wanted to nip that in the bud. And around February, which was 6 months ago, is when I decided to start printing shirts. You know, I wanted to take it in a little bit different direction. And when I got the printing equipment, the press and all that stuff, I immediately fell in love with the printing. And I was like, man, I really want to make this our second business. So that's been my main focus since then. I'm not saying Beard Booze will always be a main focus. It's my baby. It's my first business. You know, I hatched it from a little egg of an idea and grown it into what it is today. And honestly, it's exceeded all of my expectations and better and bigger than anything I ever thought it could be or would be. So I don't want to say I'm satisfied, but it's gotten to a point where, you know, what else can I really do with it? And that's when I started to really focus on printing, learning everything I could learn about screen printing and starting that business, which is up and running. It's doing well. We're getting regular print jobs and I'm loving it. And of course, you know, I'm still putting time into Beard Booze, thinking of new products, putting out content. And I apologize, I've been gone for a while, but printing's been busy, Beard Booze has been busy, and I just haven't had a time to make videos. So what I might do is make longer form videos, you know, maybe a little longer videos, little less often. Let me know what you guys think about that. If not, I'll try to do my best to keep them regular, weekly, whatever. But anyways, the printing kind of helped me pull myself away. You know, it wasn't every day, Beard Booze, you know, we should be doing better. What else can I do? What other ads can I run? What other contents can I make up? What kind of content can I do? You know, it was a day in, day out thing. We'd go out to dinner and my mind would just be consumed with Beard Booze and how to improve. You know, even on vacation, we'd go on vacation and I was just consumed, and it was really getting to me. It was stressing me out, affecting my relationships, you know, with my wife, my parents, everybody. You know, I was irritable, snippy, short. My mind was always somewhere else. So I started doing the printing thing, and it pulled me away a little bit, and I really enjoyed the printing. And I felt like I was progressing every single day on the printing, learning something new, getting new clients, this and that, printing new techniques. So the printing gave me a sense of progression, constant progression, and it allowed me to pull away from Beard Booze and kind of look at it without any emotion, just strictly looking at the facts, looking at it objectively, And it was a lot easier, you know. I started making the content that was so honest because I started to realize the industry for what it really was and what we were really doing as far as marketing and advertising as a whole, me included, and the tactics that are being used, have been used, and are still being used. You know, I saw an ad the other day that made me sick, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways, it allowed me to view it in an objective way. And I really just pulled out. You know, I stopped making the content that forced people or made people believe they needed a certain product because of certain things. And honestly, the performance of Beard Booze has stayed the same. It's doing just as well. I'm spending less money on advertising, putting less effort into it as far as the amount of content and all that stuff and stress. And it's doing fine. It's doing just as well. And my relationships have improved. You know, I'm not angry all the time. I take time to spend with my family, my wife, my parents, whoever, and it's just been a lot less stressful and a lot more enjoyable. And I've been able to grow to enjoy Beard Booze again. You know, think of new ideas, where I think of it kind of like when I played baseball, kind of like a slump. You know, you're 0 for 10, man. What am I going to do? And at that point, you really start stressing and putting pressure on yourself, man. What's up with my swing? Why ain't I hitting the ball? Why am I out on my front foot? And you really start to overanalyze it, and you dig yourself deeper and deeper like quicksand. In that situation, you got to step back, relax, have a couple beers, you know, and forget about it. Start fresh. And that's what it's allowed me to do. So I would recommend, if you're struggling or stuck at anything in life, think about taking a break. Think about taking your mind off of it. Find another hobby, find something else to do to give you that sense of progression and enjoyment, and then come back to it. You know, that little break did me a lot. You know, I felt like I was squeezing it and choking Beard Booze. I was over-trying. I was trying too hard, and, you know, and that's why, here's what I was leading up to, and that's why it was affecting my content. I was so afraid to put out content that would negatively affect my brand. And a lot of you guys make that comment, oh, what are you trying to destroy your brand? And it makes me laugh, you know, because I used to be so afraid of putting out content that would look bad on the brand, or, you know, affect our sales or things like that. And when I pulled away, I forgot about all that and just started making honest content I felt I needed to say, and people maybe wanted to hear, needed to hear, whether they wanted to or not. And I've really enjoyed making those videos, and it's gotten a great response, and it's been all around better, I think, for everybody. You know, my family, me personally, and even you guys. You know, I can put my heart into content now instead of making top 10 things not to do to your beard. I always felt like I had to make beard related content and keep recycling this how to, not to do content, and I just wasn't into it anymore. You know, I don't know that I lost interest. It just got repetitive, and it did get boring. It was almost soulless. You know, I was just putting out content for the sake of putting out content. You know, YouTube rewards the regularity, which is why you'll see these channels they try to put out content every day, because the algorithm rewards those kind of channels, because it starts showing them up more suggested. And I got tired of playing that game. I wanted to put out content I wanted to put out and felt right putting out. That was another thing. Pulling away from it made me realize, man, I don't really feel right about what I'm doing. You know, I felt that's where the guilt came in that I talked about in other videos. I just didn't feel right, the tactics I was using, and I wanted to be more honest and make it to where, you know, I have this product, here's me, I'm me. If you want to buy it, so be it. You know, I'd make the best product I can, but I'm done trying to push it on people and play mind tricks. You know, these mass manipulation, it was really getting to me. I think over time, it really started to get to me, you know, and not that I don't appreciate people's relationships, but I felt like I had to try to act like people's friends in order to make sales, which is cool. I've built a lot of cool relationships and made some friends, but I feel like it almost always ends badly. You know, you're doing it for the wrong reason, meeting these people, being nice to them and luring them in, you know, and then they feel obligated to start purchasing. But then, you know, you were never really close or friends. It was always built on this card house foundation, you know, and then the real you comes out. You either get sick of it, or you know, the real you starts to show, and then they get all upset, and it becomes, rather than being a loyal customer, it went up this chain of friendship, loyalty, over loyalty, and then the bubble bursts and it turns into resentment and hatred. And I didn't like that cycle, you know. I've seen too many people come and go from the scene, and that bothers me. You know, I'd rather just have the casual customer, you know, what up, Randy? You know, enjoy my content. And I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of rambling. Today's not really a formal video. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty, but I'm just trying to get this off my chest. I've been thinking about it for the past few weeks since I did a video. And you know, not doing a video really helped me clear my mind and think about it, because that's another thing is I got really burnt out on the social media aspect. You know, as a company, you constantly have to post Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is really the only one I enjoy anymore. You know, I love making videos. I love pouring my heart out onto the videos and hearing your guys' feedback, having discussions with you. I feel it's a little different than Facebook or Instagram. You know, I feel like people are always flexing on Instagram, showing off, trying to make themselves look good. Everyone has their own agenda. And kind of the same thing with Facebook. Facebook's a little, I don't know, they're always changing things, and it's a little more, there's a little rougher things on Facebook. But YouTube, I feel like, is the closest thing to a pure form social media. You know, you put your thoughts out there and get response, and I like that. You know, there's some responses I don't like, but it's important that we don't all agree. That's how we grow as people and discuss things and come up with new ideas. But let me know, have you guys been in the comments? I know it's been a while. What you've been up to, what kind of content you want to see next. I'm going to keep doing these honest, free form videos, maybe longer form now. Honestly, I just been up to printing, building that business, and keeping up with Beard Booze, keeping it going, keeping the momentum going. That's another thing too I wanted to say is I got to the point where I didn't want to keep up with the Joneses anymore, so to speak. You know, these other companies are trying to just keep growing, keep growing. How much more people can we reach? And I sat back, when I pulled away, I sat back and said, you know, that's not really what I want. I started Beard Booze as a creative outlet, something I could do for fun and enjoy. Let my creativity shine, you know. And it started to become that rat race where I had to join this race to become the biggest and the best and reach the most people, the best next best thing in beard care. But it's to a point now where I enjoy it. You know, I know most of our customers' names, at least I try to remember them all. And if you notice, if you ever ordered from us, me or Heather, write a personal note. Personally, with my own hand, I write a note on every single thing. And I don't want that ever to change. I want to always be that person to write on there. And I like that small feel. It's almost like a lifestyle company. You know, I want me and Heather to always have our hands in it. I like being in the trenches, and the same with printing. And that's why I think I'd rather have two businesses that I run. You know, my hands are in there all the time. I'm in the trenches, rather than hiring people to handle my social media, hiring people to make videos and shoot videos, edit videos, make posts. I don't like that. That takes all the fun out of it for me. And what it's allowed me to do is learn every aspect of building a business. You know, I wear every single hat. Heather and I wear every single hat in these businesses. So we've learned in and out everything you can think of as far as running a business. And I think that's invaluable. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. And that's why I don't want to. People will say, well, you should scale, you know, scalability. And I get a lot of entrepreneurship advice on this channel, believe it or not. And I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm just trying to make a living. I don't want to be a millionaire. Yeah, I want to be comfortable and have things I want and be successful, but I'm not trying to be the next Gary Vee or Alex Becker and all of them. You know, I'm satisfied making a living and providing for my family and being honest. You know, that's the big thing. I want to feel good, you know. Trading a product fairly, you know, fair price, quality product at a fair price, quality service now with the printing at a fair price. And that's just how I feel about it. I could be stupid, I could be wrong. A little thunder there. It's always storming every day in the summertime. But that's how I feel about it. You know, I'm not trying to be the next best entrepreneur. I'm not an Instagram model. I'm a regular dude, just trying to make it just like you are and do the best I can. I hope you enjoyed this little ramble. I hope it wasn't too much nonsense for you. Raise a glass to you. Cheers. I've missed you guys. I've missed making videos. I hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.